I'll be showing a brief installation guide as to our project. So first, we'd want to create our survey. Installation. All right. What you want to make sure is that you have the 3 scripts that we need for this. In this case, our tracker, the reminder block, and the completion block banner scripts to proceed. So to make sure, we do not want to use the default question. Let's delete that. And then we add a block. Here is where you will add your YouTube video. So we make sure it's a text/graphic. And then in here, we implement our code from our YouTube tracker script. Okay, here it is. All right. And then let's say we want to add a pop-up question to that video. We then come over here, add a new question. Let's make it a text entry. For example, what is your name, right? And then to add it to the configuration block of our YouTube video, we need to make sure to know its internal ID. In this case, it's QID3. So we come in here to the block, configuration block, and we would want to put it at whatever timestamp you'd like. Let's put 5. And then QID3. All right, so here we have a pop-up question at the 5th second of the video. Now, let's say we want to show videos after our YouTube video in a different page. We'd make a new block. This basically creates a new page, and here we would do, did you enjoy the video? So there you go. Here's our question. This will appear after the video on the next page. And then we want to always make sure to add a new block at the end. That way we could keep our data and we could allow students to access this survey at another time. If you don't want to make it so they can access the survey another time, you just don't add this part. Here we go. We add a block, and here we're going to add another piece of code that's basically just going to display a congratulations prompt and that you can now exit. What this does is that it saves the results of the survey, but it doesn't completely submit it. So the students could still have access to it afterwards. Here it is in the third block, so the third page. And here we want to also make sure that we add a script that allows the students to get a reminder that they should move to the next page if they want to save any changes to their entry. Here's that. Save it. And then we want to make sure that we include the back button as on so that they can traverse back and forth between the pages. We want to make sure that we record incomplete survey responses as we're not completely submitting them. We want to put that to a year, and then it could be customizable as to whenever the teacher, for example, wants to set a specific start or end to the survey. So here we basically have it almost done. Now, just to be able to add whatever YouTube video you'd want, you'd come into the survey flow, and we want to add a new element, in this case an embedded data. We would call it YouTube URL, and then for the value, we want to set it to whatever video you'd want to insert. So in this case, we're going to insert this nice little sunset. Got the link, and we paste it in here. And then on top of this, so that the student wouldn't have to watch the whole video all over again if they come back to that first page, we want to add a new field embedded data. Name it video watched. And this way, once they get back into that first page, they don't have to watch the entire video and can skip as they want. No limitations. Apply the changes. Come back over here. And now if we come to preview the survey, here we have it. So click play. Okay, I see some mistake. So we want to come back. This common mistake. Okay, we want to make sure we move this block to the top of the priority list. We apply it then. Now when we preview it, everything should be working properly with the video that we implemented. Yep, here it is. We watch it. Remember, we set a 5-second prompt, so at 5 seconds, our question will appear. We enter our response, and just to make sure. And then as we see, the next button does not appear till the video finishes as we want it to. Come here. Yeah, we enjoyed the video, and then our little prompt. Then we need to make sure to click next to save our answers. And then here we have our completion prompt, and this saves our answers. It doesn't completely submit it, so we come back and edit it at any time. We come back, for example, and here we have our response to the pop-up question and our video. We do not have to watch it again to traverse to the next part. So yeah, that's the preview of it.